Good morning. I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. Today, we're going to be discussing concoctions that abusers will come up with. So, what are concoctions? The first thing we think of is food when we make up a concoction of some made up meal that we just want to try out, that we made up ourselves. You might throw in some pepper, salt, potatoes, beef, who knows? And then bake it up, and who knows? Maybe it tastes good, maybe it doesn't. So let's say, mmm, mmm, oh. So what kind of concoctions do abusers come up with? Well, I'll name the first one after I came to my realization. Well, actually, before. It's where I really seen the red flag. I started to come to my realization, but that was really a red flag to me to really prove it. So what was that red flag that I first was able to see after getting off those meds that made me a little bit not really able to think and process things? That would have been when the dog we had, or they still have, bit me 3 different times. After the first time, the way that my abusers reacted, they blamed me for it. They even concocted up some lies and plans to use that as a form of abuse against me. So, what was their lies? They, put in a little bit of lies, a little bit of shaming, degrading me, getting others to believe the lies about me to make me look like I'm the nutso. Okay, so you're probably wondering, okay, why did the dog bite her? What problem does the dog have with me? Oh, animals are pretty smart. They can pick up on things. They have instincts, and it can be learned behavior, basically. So why is our dog so aggressive towards me? That would be my abuser's faults. It's the way that dog perceived me based on how they treated me. That dog seen them treat me badly, so in that dog's mind is thinking that I'm the bad one and I'm a danger to my abusers, because that's the way she's seen it, our dog, just by the way that my parents and sister treated me while around her. So whenever I was near my abusers, even though I always stayed in my room most of the time, whenever I would come out, the dog would come really near them to protect them and run after me. Even if I was anywhere near them, pretty even far away, she would want to come and attack me. So that's how it happened. It came out of nowhere. She came out of nowhere and just bit me. But like I had said previously, what hurt worse? The dog bite or the abuse that followed it? It would be the abuse that followed it. She dug right into my skin. That's nothing compared to how my abusers handled it and how they treated me afterwards. They actually blamed me for why she bit me, even though I didn't do nothing to, instigate her to do that to me. I even told my dad afterwards, I pointed at the bite where it was bleeding and everything else. I said, this is nothing compared to emotional abuse. That's right. It was nothing. So how did my parents handle it when she was biting me? They were, right away you would think that they would run right over to protect their daughter. They stalled. They were hesitant. And the way that they got her off of me while she had her teeth dug into my skin, they, it was like they were trying to be careful not to hurt her while trying to get her off me while she had her teeth dug in me. I mean, what you think of parents and their child getting attacked by a dog? What's the first thing you think? Do you think that parent's going to run right over there and do whatever they can to protect their child, right? No. They were more concerned about her than me. They didn't want to hurt her. Of course, they scolded her, but in a nice way, like, no lady, no biting, that type of style, you know, and then comforted her afterwards. They were comforting her afterwards, not me, her. I'm the one that got hurt and injured. Is that crazy or what? Oh, but that's the toxic concoctions that they used to keep me under, to think that I'm the bad one. It didn't work that time. I knew I wasn't the bad one because I was able to think again after getting off those toxic crap medicines that they had me on that I never needed. So, learn behavior. That dog learned that behavior based on how my abusers treated me and see how they handled that situation. That dog never learned that what she was doing is wrong. Plus, on top of it, she saw me as the bad one and the dangerous one for my abusers, when it's really the opposite. So what did I do? I was afraid to tell anybody because they would have abused me for just telling anybody. They told me not to even tell a doctor, not to tell anyone. After the second time it happened, I did finally tell somebody, the only person I trusted at that time, who was Ken Plog. And I kept him updated with everything else that was going on, because that was when I realized this isn't right. And I wanted a witness as to what was going on during that time. So even he was like, what the heck? They kept that dog after she bit you? Like, wow, that's stupid. That's really crazy. And that helped me to realize I'm not crazy for thinking that's crazy. Somebody else confirming that is pretty crazy and not right. So I have Ken Plog to thank for that. That's where I came to my realization that I'm not crazy to think that's wrong, how they were treating me and everything else. So, of course, I asked him how to heal it because it wasn't healing, because they didn't want me to tell a doctor. So all these, crazy concoctions, and then them degrading me, saying, that, or giving excuses even for why the dog did it. They try to come up with, well, it was raining that day, or, she was really in a bad mood because there was somebody over the other day. Oh my God. My mom and sister would come up with some really crazy ass shit. It was ridiculous. I mean, they're really out there. They need some help. Let's just put it that way. So anyways, what did they do with that too? They ended up using it against me, which will be another topic, by writing down to my psychiatrist that I tormented the dog as for the reason why she attacked me and bit me all those times. That's right. They made up lies to make me seem like the crazy one. That's an abuser's tactic. They want the victim to seem like the crazy one and the bad one. And that's how they keep their abuse going. They try to make all others believe that you're the nutso. That's right. But my psychiatrist was at least smart this time, and realized they were full of shit. So now you see how abusers get away with things. And many people don't realize these red flags and believe them. That's how bad it is. So today we discussed concoctions and how crazy they can be. Hope to see you next time. I'm Shelley Rothus, and and I'm a different kind of victim.